Hi, Liv. Another episode of Real Talk.
I'm very happy to be here. Hi, everyone. I'm Liv with the deep husky voice. Sorry, I added a bit then. I'm Liv.
You threw me off. And I'm Leonie. And this is Real Talk, where we talk about all the things in our lives and topics that we feel passionate about, really.
Well, today's intimacy, but before we get there, spicy. I thought I'd give you all an update on the cat. You were all probably chuckling about 6 to 9 months ago where I told you that I surprised Mark as a present on a very milestone day with a cat that he did not want. He said I would be sorry. He would be sorry. It might be the end of our relationship. But I went through with it anyway. Well, fast forward to today, this cat is going to be the end of me. And it turns out you were right, he was right, and everyone else was right. Not only is this cat costing me a freaking fortune because he's massive, he's like a leopard, he's huge and eats and eats and eats. He also keeps me up at night, all night, and it's like having a newborn again. I didn't want a third baby. I still don't want a third baby, but I've got a third furry baby.
You told us about the fact that there's tapping and requirements on your door to open your door at 5 in the morning by the cat.
Yeah, he is so bossy. He is so bossy.
Dragging you out of bed.
I've Googled everything. Like, can you behaviourally change a cat? Turns out you can't. I mean, you can by just like listening to the crying, but I cannot because I need sleep.
Yes.
So I get up at 4:30, sometimes 3:46. There was a period he was waking up at 3:46 every morning.
They're like
but
clockwork.
he knows. It's the funniest bit is he's like, like a really soft meow, like, I just want you to know that I'm here. And he's either hungry or wants to be let out. And because I just want it to stop, I get up even though I know that I shouldn't because I need sleep.
You're enabling the behaviour.
I just wanted everyone to hear this story and go, told you so, Liv, and good luck with that marriage. But at least like Mark's like, I've got this over you now. But it's my problem because he's like, I didn't want the cat. I know you bought the cat for me, but it's not my problem. So you have to feed it. You have to get out. You have to do everything for the cat.
You have to wake up at 3:46 every
I have
morning.
to get up at 3:46.
That is a you problem, not a me problem.
But in good news, I've trained myself to go back to sleep.
Oh,
Only in
good.
periods where when I'm in periods of high stress, I can't get back to sleep because my brain starts fixating.
Yes.
But look at me, I'm a glasses half full kind of girl. That's the only perk that I am training myself to put myself back to sleep using some good meditation techniques.
I love that. All right. So from furry friends to intimacy, I want to...
real friends.
Real friends. I've always wanted to ask this question, and so I'm so excited to kick this episode off with this. I always wanted to know how often people are having sex.
You asking me? I bloody well hope not. You know, I'm a bit of a prude.
I wouldn't put you on the spot like that, Liv, but I did ask our audience who anonymously got back to me. So how often are parents having sex? This is... actually, no, I'd like you to predict. Okay, so is it once a week? What was the most popular answer? Okay. Once a week, 2 to 4 weeks, 1 to 2 weeks, every 4 weeks, more than 4 weeks? What are you feeling, Liv?
Once a week. Well done to all those who once a week. I'm sure there's quite a few people who have it multiple times a week.
Yes.
Good on you.
Yeah.
I think it's the next bracket. So what's that?
1 to 2 weeks.
1 to 2 weks.
So can I tell you, our audience are very active because once a week was 53% of people.
Oh, well done to you.
Clap. You
I'm
go
not
get
always
yourself
that good.
some. So I was really impressed by that. I did ask, do you have less of a sex drive since kids?
Yes.
Yeah, 62% definitely said yes. And do you think the mental load impacts your sex drive?
Yes.
Hell yeah, 95% said, oh yeah. So let's for the partners out there listening who are looking to get more, maybe you could decrease the mental load for your partner or share the responsibilities, and that could more.
I mean, I did share that on a previous episode.
Yes.
Everyone knows my love language is acts of service. Mark is definitely starting to learn that acts of service does help him come a little bit closer to me. Maybe not all the way, but certainly I might look at him for 1 second longer.
So what I thought was funny was the biggest handbrake on sex is bedtime routines.
Yeah.
Because bedtime routine, you're fatigued after. 68% of people agreed with me in that, like, by the time you've wrangled your kids into their beds, you're like, don't look at me, don't touch me, hand me a whiskey, I'm watching Married at First Sight. Like, that's it. Like, that's all I got.
I totally, get that. And I remember us talking about when the babies were little that we just felt so touched out was what we were calling it. Like, I don't want anyone else to touch me because my kids have just been hanging off my boob or my hip or just on me. That was a thing.
And you need to get crafty about when you are finding your time. Yeah. So most people are drained. It's not happening at night. And I think about some recent guests we've had on the show, like Lorinska Merrington. She was hilarious, by the way. Guys, check out that episode. She came on with her husband, Andrew, and they spoke about the fact that their intimacy consists of a quick session in the laundry in like wherever they can get the window of time.
I love
bang,
that.
bang, and it's done.
On the washing machine, turn the washing machine on and off you
Kids
go.
Are on the iPads, away, one's napping, away you go. Or I remember Steph Claire Smith in another episode mentioned that their time, particularly when they had one child, was during nap time, because who really feels like it? After bedtime routine, it's 9:30, you're cooked, and you basically just want to go to bed. Like, I think that's out.
I think that it's a really, really good strategy.
Yeah,
to just
finding the windows.
Find the window that works for you and your family, both time of day, but also frequency. No pressure. No pressure. You work that out with your partner, and open communication about intimacy, what's working, what's not, is probably a really critical part for any healthy relationship.
And I want to normalize for a lot of the parents, and particularly mums that are tuning in. And I speak to a lot of, parents with the work that I do, and it is so normal if you're listening in going, wait, sex, what? Like, I don't have time for that. Like, I don't, that is so normal because as Liv was saying, particularly if you're a parent of young children, you are so incredibly touched out, and it just feels like another job. What I will say from personal experience is that when you get back on the horse, you realize that you actually do like it, and you forgot you liked it. And hey, I guess it's not too bad. It's just psyching yourself and getting yourself in a headspace where you're.
I think so many people are sitting in their cars or listening to this right now going, I totally get what you mean, because it goes from the chore to, yeah.
Like, why don't we do
that
this
was
more
worth
often?
it.
Yeah.
We should do this more often. But then often you fall back into life and routine and crazy. And
I know for me, getting my head in the clouds is a really good place to start. So for those of you who are feeling like my libido is lost, and girl or guy, I hear you. Where I've certainly been there. We all go through phases, right? You're never like little sex engine, but when the libido is lost, one thing that really helped me is like reading like either erotic novels,
I was going to say
or
saucy
just
novels.
Sexy novels, or actually what would get my head in the clouds is like those psychological thrillers. Weirdly, I'd be like so immersed in the book that I forget about, the real world.
Yeah.
I need to forget about my to-do list. I need to forget about the million things I've got to do tomorrow, or what I should do now, and the washing I need to put out. I need to be distracted. Yeah. And then I'm a little bit more like, okay, hi you.
In your conversations with other families, have any of them spoken about scheduling intimacy?
Some have.
Like every Sunday night or every Friday night?
Yes, they have. And it works for some couples. It would have worked for me.
I'm sitting there, I'm like, I'm a planner. That should work for me. But I can't
another
flick
thing
my
on
body
the
clock
list.
on like that. It's another thing I've got to do.
Pop it in the calendar. It's got the green colour, your whatever colour you choose, and you know that that's what it is. Just mark S as the title, and you both know what it is. No, people do that. And I think all power to you, whatever works for you. Yeah. I also want to just talk to sometimes the guilt that we can feel, that particularly I think as females, if we don't feel like we're really in the mood to or whatever, it's not a big deal if we haven't done it for a couple of weeks or whatever, knowing there's often a guilt that I hear a lot from mums that are like, but I know my partner, his love language is physical touch, and I'm barely stroking his arm kind of thing, because I'm like, I need my space, and I'm very mindful of that, and now I'm guilty, but the more I think about it, the more I overthink about it.
And then the anxiety of if I'm not giving it, then he's going to go get it somewhere. Like one of my girlfriends made a comment like that, and I thought, oh God, that's
like
just
the stress of it all. is real. And I bring that to the table as well, because if you're thinking those things or whatever, again, you are certainly not alone. I think, look, the little sort of pieces of advice that might help get you back in is, go check out some erotic novels, because that might get your head in the clouds. If you're into thrillers.
You got some you can throw my way?
I feel like that's an Instagram story, so I'll pop some up for ones that really helped me. And then to your point, Liv, feeling like you're a bit more of a team, you've got a little bit more of that mental load shared, finding ways to, feel like your partner's supporting you, and then sometimes that can create intimacy too, like those acts of service that we were talking about. Is there anything that you feel that also, that time away together if you can, or
time away together, and just not putting too much pressure on yourself. Like, let it happen naturally and start small. Like, you don't have to hit a home run, right? Like, there are so many other things that you can do just to create that bond and build that connection to want to share more special time together.
Absolutely. We've spoken about the kitchen cuddle as well. And just kind of breaking the barrier from roommate to sexy time. So we'll leave it there, Liv. I'll catch you next time.
Bye-bye.